Just before we got to Jefferson. We was almost there. Darrell was gone to Jackson, but we was almost there. I told Jewel he ought to hold on to her better, but he didn't. Now we ain't going to Jefferson. There ain't no body to bury now. There wasn't no tub of guts in the coffin. It was empty. But there is a tub of guts in me. I wish I were empty. I got to do something, but we ain't going to Jefferson. Now I can't do nothing. I told Jewel he ought to hold on to her better, but he didn't. How can it be room in a little tub of guts for another tub of guts? There wasn't even room for Ma's tub of guts in her coffin. Once you got another tub of guts, you ain't alone no more. What the cow got in it ain't nothing compared to what I got in me, even if it is a woman too, 'cause I was alone. The cow ain't meant to be alone. Oh God, I believe in God, God, God. I believe in God, but I don't.
If was such a misfortunate man, if was such a misfortunate man as me, it was that darn road. God makes a man up and down ways like a tree. He aims him to stay put. He did not want a man to go on some God-forsaken trip to Jefferson, or else he put him long ways on his belly like a road. But Addie, she's long ways, and now she has gone away. God laid Addie down so her spirit could leave us, so he could take her away, leaving us standing folk behind. I do got some regard for what folks say. What are folks going to say when they hear Addie had done left us, before we could even bury her? I don't begrudge her it. I don't begrudge her it at all. I always told her that there was no luck in that road, it being laid horizontal and all. It has taken all the luck I ever had. Darn that road. Darn that road. I'm a luckless man if there e'er was one. No teeth, no wife, no nothing. Maybe I can sell that darn coffin and buy me some luck. That will be comfort, it will.
It is because she is quiet that I am quiet, but not in the same way. I used to want it to be me and her on a high hill and me rolling the rocks downhill at their faces. But I don't want that anymore, because we are not in the same way. I've never been in the same way as any of them, and they damn well knew it. At least Darrell did. Poor bastard's rotting in a hole up in Jackson by now. God, if they all just let her alone, none of this would have happened. I did everything I could for them, and all I got in return was a loss. The worst was my horse. I miss that sweet son of a bitch. He never quit, just like me. But now I have to quit. I'm so damn tired, and there ain't no reason in the world for me to be here. I ain't even his child. I ain't even their brother. If they just let her alone, it could have been me and her. If there is a God, what the hell is he for?
It had lasted the whole trip. It had trudged through the water and the mud. It got battered down by wind and soiled by rot. But it was strong. I felt it that way. And when Paul went off to town, I reckoned it might happen that he wouldn't ever come back the same man. I swear I tried not to picture Miss Bunge there inside it in her wedding dress, her head facing backwards in the narrow space, so we hauled her out in that field to bury her for the last time. I couldn't even feel her weight like I did back in the river. My leg was burning and aching while stumbling along, so it was my fault when it toppled over, so it was me who dropped her that time. I saw how the thing I'd built had changed. It wasn't near as clean or as capable as it had been. The lines were not straight, the cut was off, it was not balanced, and it barely stayed together, hardly the coffin that I had made. It was as though the journey had sapped all the life from it.
They are all just memories, void of meaning and lost to all currents. She, too, has become lost to them, as Darrell has. A man enters Darrell's dim cell, with a small tray in his right hand and a cup in his left. His left hand never wavers. His features are cold and stern, as he ceaselessly nudges the cup towards me. His low, harsh brow reminds me a bit of Jewel, and Darrell hates him for it. Darrell doesn't want to take them. When he does, there is no him. No, 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 no! Everything is black. A terrible black. Not like the darkness he used to know. Darrell misses that water. It would be black. The shelf black. The still surface of the water, a round orifice in nothingness. Where before I stirred it awake with the dipper, I could see maybe a star or two in the bucket. And maybe in the dipper, a star or two before I drank. Now he lays in cool silence, abandoned in Jackson.
We couldn't catch her. She has gone so far ahead we couldn't catch her. My mother is a fish and we couldn't catch her. She swam away. She swam away out of the holes I bored for her to breathe in with Cash's auger. She got out into the water in the river. We ain't never had her in that dern box. She got away that day in the river because Darrell couldn't catch her. He let her get away. He knew she was a fish, but he let her get away. Now my mother is a fish and she has gone away. Jewel is my brother and his ma has gone away too. His ma is a horse. His horse is gone now. Jewel is my brother. Darrell is my brother and he's gone away too. Darrell, he went to Jackson, is my brother. Darrell is my brother. His ma is a was because his ma isn't an is. Darrell's ma is a was and Jewel's ma is a horse. My mother is a fish.
My father used to say that the reason for living was to get ready to stay dead a long time. I've been ready a long time. I believe I was ready even before I had Cash or any of them. After all, living is terrible, and finally I have been freed from it. I am no longer stuck with meaningless words, and I do not need to use words to spite them. I had my revenge my own way, and the world knows they deserved it. They had violated my aloneness each day since their birth to my death. Now I have violated theirs. I ruined them with emotion and not the word. It was not my revenge, it was pure action, a vast hole where the word vengeance should have been. I've abandoned their words, those that made us use one another like spiders dangling by their mouths from a beam, swinging and twisting and never touching. I am even further away now, having drawn that blood which is both mine and theirs. Now I can remove the sinful clothing of life. The sin, the awful sin of living is now over, and so I do not need to be buried in the ground like a crop, because I am buried in the blood, far away.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be.